Fight fans all over the world, it's Daddy P with Slap Happy Gorilla. What? Hey, listen. Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo. Hey, man, it's coming fast. Jermell Charlo, y'all already know who he is. He is the undisputed champion for the 154-pound division. Listen, Jermell Charlo say he has the power to knock Canelo out. That's what he say now. That's what he say. And y'all already know who Canelo Alvarez is. He goes without, look, nobody has to explain to you who he is. Even if you don't know much about boxing, you still know who Canelo Alvarez is. He is the undisputed champion of the 168-pound division. Listen. Canelo Alvarez has displayed a granite chin in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? A granite chin. You know, what's happened to him? Has anybody knocked him down? Anybody staggered him? Anybody had him looking woozy? Anybody had him looking like he was done? Man, look, I'm going to tell you this right here, man. Canelo Alvarez, in order to knock this man out, you might have to bring a baseball bat in the ring with you. Listen. Hey, this young man, a granite chin, man. He done been hit with some shots. Another thing, Canelo Alvarez knows how to roll with shots. He know how to roll with punches to where he can take a little bit of the sting off of them. He has a great defense, and he is very hard to hit. Canelo Alvarez, I'm going to say this again, he is very hard to hit. So if Jermell Charlo say he go knock Canelo Alvarez out, Ronnie Shields had a little bit to say about it. He say, man, he got to go to the body. And a lot of fighters don't go to Canelo's body a whole lot, invest in it, because you have to get close to him. In order to get close to him, you got to give up some of your reach. You have to give up some of that distance. And a lot of fighters, what they do in the beginning of the fight, especially ones that have a reach advantage or a significant height advantage, they keep that, they control the distance for some time, but towards the end of the fight, man, some kind of way they lose that distance, and Canelo continues to chop at you. He don't come at you all at once, and he hit you everywhere. He hit you in the arms, he hit you in your forearms, he hit you everywhere to wear you down. And then once he closed distance a little bit, he starts chopping away at the body. What he did to Caleb Plant, if y'all look, man, that round that he got knocked out, his whole side was red because Canelo had been tapping him. Every chance he got, he tapping right there on the side. And he just broke Caleb Plant down. He did something similar to what's my British guy name? I ain't even thinking straight now. I wouldn't even go say much about him. But anyway, that's what he does though. When you have a reach advantage on him, he ends up closing that distance, man. Hold on real quick. I got to, this gonna bug me if I don't do it. Billy Joe Saunders. He did something similar to Billy Joe Saunders, but with him, Billy Joe Saunders just didn't keep that range. You know what I'm saying? And once Canelo just kept hitting it, was able to hit him in that eye. And he just broke him down like that. But Canelo is a master at, okay, he'll give you something, but while he's giving it to you, he's taking something else. You know? And I'm going to tell you this. He is a real fighter in the sense that he's going to do whatever it takes to beat you. He's not going to, he's very stubborn. But like I say, he'll give you something, but at the same time, he's going to be taking something else. And my thing with Charlo is, I think he is a great fighter. I think he is a very good boxer, but I can't say great boxer. You know what I'm saying? But he's a very good boxer. It took him twice to do it against opponents that were decent boxers. It took him twice against Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison, a lot of people say that was a close enough fight that maybe Charlo could have got the nod, but this is the thing. You have to separate yourself. And when you come in here against Canelo, you definitely going to have to separate yourself. You will not win a decision unless it is a one-sided boxing lesson. Other than that, you're not getting a decision against Canelo. It took him twice against Castaño. It took him twice, man. But he ended up knocking both of them out. But now you're talking about a lower weight class where Jermell Charlo is able to, show his dominance. And even like if it's not in the beginning parts of the rounds, he end up, can catch you slipping once you get tired. Now, what I give him is he keeps his stamina don't weigh away. He keeps his power to the last round. He'll knock you out in the later rounds. But the thing about it is you can't let Canelo win early rounds and just win. You're gonna give up the fight like that. And sometimes I think it looks to me like Jermell Charlo gets bored in there. You know what I'm saying? And then he starts waiting on the fighter to make a mistake. I'm going to tell you, you can't do that with Canelo. That is not something you can do. For Jermell Charlo, it's going to have to be a boxing lesson. He's going to have to touch Canelo Alvarez, and he's going to have to touch him to the body. You know what I'm saying? And doing that, though, you're going to give up some distance. But if he touch him in the body in the beginning round, Jermell Charlo is going to continue with his stamina into the late rounds. Now, Canelo Alvarez, he has shown that he has to kick that second gear in for the second half of the fight. So it comes a time in the fight where Canelo Alvarez kind of has to regroup. He has to catch a second wind. And at that time, Jermell Charlo is going to have to pounce on him and not let him rest. But otherwise, man, look, I'm going to tell you this. Charlo got his work cut out for him. Canelo Alvarez is going to always come into a fight ready. He's always going to come into a fight ready. He a dog, And I'm going to tell you this. He hasn't really had to, bite down. You know what I'm saying? But he got it in him. You can tell he got it in him. So Jermell Charlo gonna have to make him uncomfortable though for a lot of the fight. I don't see him knocking him out unless he's able to make Canelo Alvarez uncomfortable at the beginning of the fight or frustrate him. Now he can frustrate him with his footwork in boxing. Canelo always has to reset. Make him reset, man, in boxing, but you got to touch him to that body early because the dividends going to pay off at the later rounds when Jermell Charlo is going to keep his stamina and is going to have to press the gas when Canelo Alvarez go for that second win. I don't know what y'all think, man. I'm trying to make a case for Jermell Charlo. Everybody knows Canelo Alvarez is the favorite. He's the bigger guy. People who don't know boxing all say, "Oh, what are you looking at? You must be smoking. Jermell Charlo is bigger than Canelo." All right. When they standing side by side in the street, maybe you will say that. But in the sport of boxing, where you have sanctioned fights, the WBA, WBC, the IBF, WBO, those are all sanctioning bodies who govern the sport with rules. And according to those rules, And according to sanctioned professional boxing matches, Canelo Alvarez is the bigger guy. He has taken punches as high up as 175 pounds professionally in a sanctioned fight. I'm not talking about sparring. I'm not talking about he was him and Billy Bob got in the fight on the corner. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in professional boxing where you have to have a license in order to fight. And you are in a governed fight with sanctioning bodies. And in this case, 4 sanctioning bodies, right? 4 of them. According to those sanctioning bodies, Canelo Alvarez is the bigger guy. He has fought at 175 and taken punches. He is acclimated as high up as light heavyweight. Now, with that said, Jermell Charlo has only taken punches professionally at 154 pounds. That's the highest weight professionally that he has taken punches, you know what I'm saying, and acclimated himself to a weight class as high up as 154 pounds. So according to the sport of boxing, Canelo Alvarez is the bigger guy. End of story. And he's knocked out. But he's knocked out a light heavyweight. He knocked out a light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know what kind of boxing knowledge a lot of these guys got, man. But Sergey Kovalev, hey, light heavyweight. And Canelo Alvarez knocked him out. So Canelo Alvarez in the sport of boxing is the bigger guy. So this have a lot to do in the fight with as far as, even though people saying, oh yeah, Jermell Charlo don't have to cut as much weight. Yeah, that's gonna be good for him. That is gonna be good for him. But the thing is, not coming in the ring weighing more is gonna be different for him. He's gonna have to acclimate moving. His only advantage is his footwork, you know. And he's gonna need all the stamina he can muster. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, if he don't acclimate to that weight well, he could go in there and be exhausted, you know. And this the sport of boxing, man. This is not a backyard brawl. This is not Billy Bob and Joe fighting in the locker room. This is not that, man. And people who, you know, are not really like avid fans of boxing. I'm not calling myself any kind of guru or none of that. I've been watching boxing a long time. I've been reading up on it. I've been, you know, for a while now. So, I mean, I've come to understand that boxing is a sport. It is not, these guys are not going in there just throwing hands. These are skilled guys that are going in there and they are fighting with rules, boxing rules. So, you know, with that being said, man, look, this is going to be a heck of a fight, I believe. But, you know, hey, with Jermell Charlo saying he can knock Canelo out, it's going to be a hard feat. I'm not going to doubt no man, you know. And that boxing ring have showed us some freaky stuff. We seen some stuff that we thought was impossible become possible, you know. And but I think it's going to be a good fight, man. What y'all think? I know Canelo is coming in as the favorite, because and he is the naturally bigger guy right now. So it is what it is, though, man. I can't wait for a good fight. They got a little appetizer right there on the fight. I'm gonna save that for another video. So it's gonna be a good card, and I think I'm ready for an exciting night of boxing. But anyway, this Daddy P. Like, hate, comment, Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time it goes down this Daddy P outie.